Hey shitters, it's your boy, Number One Bar here for an item review video. Today we're going to be reviewing the funny Flesh Tangle. Now, you might be wondering, hey Marsh, the Tome of Pain sucks. Not to mention that the Priest is also a horrible class after it got nerfed. And to that I say, shut the fuck up. The Tome of Pain is often a subject of ridicule by many players because it fails to properly push priests in the direction that a DPS-oriented tome is supposed to. However, I think that the Tome of Pain is a great ability, and people who say that it's a bad item are probably warrior enjoyers with skill issues. So let's first quickly walk through all these shitty-ass tomes that nobody cares about and compare them to the best tome in the game. First we have Necronomicon, which is worse damage than Tome of Pain. Then there's the Tome of Purification, which is a selfish tome because it only purifies yourself, while the Tome of Pain inflicts damage to all who look at it. Equality. There's the Book of Geb, which is also another selfish tome because it gives you the ability to leave all of your teammates behind. There's the Ceremonial Murlet, which heals you less than Tome of Pain. The Tome of Holy Furor, which has anti-synergy with the burst fire weapon Brass Chamber Stick. The Tome of Holy Protection, which is useless because priests don't need protection. The Tome of the Mushroom Tribes, imagine not being able to heal more than 10 people at once. The Tome of the Tarnished Gods, which deals less damage than the Tome of Pain and loses its simultaneous healing. And the Chaotic Tripture, which is just a wannabe Tome of Pain from the BDSM man. I mean, the tome literally has an L on it, which stands for loser, and you don't want to be a loser, do you? To show you just how great the Tome of Pain is, I gathered the combined essence of every UT tome in the game in order to afford to craft it, and I just barely had enough forge fodder to do so. So for starters, let's go over its stats. Plus 4 attack, plus 4 speed, plus 2 def, but it also gives you minus 20 HP and minus 5 vit, which seem pretty bad at first, but then you later realize that it's irrelevant, because you're playing Priest, and you're probably too scared to do anything where the negative stats would actually matter in the first place. You know, if that tome didn't have the crack in the middle of the cover, it would just be a big A, which is funny, because I'd like to imagine that the tome is perpetually screaming. Unaware to most, the Tome of Pain has a few lesser-known uses that let it compete with other popular tome choices, and we'll list them right now. It gives you 7% fame bonus, and it makes RLs foam at the mouth, it lets you press spacebar constantly without having to be MP conscious, it's red, it literally could have been any of the other two amazing meta-defining items, it's made of flesh so you'll never be alone, it keeps whispering to me, please make it stop! You know, it's funny, because in the description it talks about it being used to inflict horrible pain on others, which makes sense, because it inflicted horrible pain on me after I saw it in my white bag.
So this is the thanks I get for
giving you a white bag.
All this time for a fucking
Tome of Pain.
And to summarize, the Tome of Pain is an amazing tome that does its job properly, which is it makes Priest a worse class than it already is. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you guys next time.